hello, and welcome to the Rag Company Podcast. I'm Dane Hennen. To my right, Levi Gates.
What's up, dudes?
Oh, awesome. And to my left, Anthony Fisher.
What's up, dudettes?
Nice. I like that one.
Dudettes. Dudes, dudettes.
Dudes and
inclusive.
dudettes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, what's going on this week, guys?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I had a busy week.
Yeah?
And
I mean, we've definitely had a few things going on this week, but I'm throwing it out to you. I just want to hear.
Let's clean it up
what's the
first.
scoop.
Get out the broom.
Yeah.
Bring it out. What kind of housekeeping we
Sweet.
need to get done this week?
Housekeeping for this week, right? So,
Yeah.
as many of you guys know, we launched Kosh Chemi a little over a week ago, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
actually,
During the Labor Day sale.
Yeah, during the Labor Day sale. And so, if you haven't already tried or placed an order for any Kosh Chemi products, that's something you might want to consider. I know some people that we've seen comment on the Rag Company podcast group, they're not really sure where to start, right? They've talked about, hey, I bought this one product, or I bought this just to try it out to see if I like it. Totally get it. Great places to start within the Kosh Chemi line. If you're trying to just get your hands on it, I'm going to say GSF, Gentle Snow Foam. I'm going to say Motorplast.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Quick and Shine. And what do you got?
I'm going to agree with all of those things.
Yeah.
But I'm
Perfect.
also going to say FSC is just one of those products that if you haven't added to your arsenal, it's one of those must-haves.
Water spot
You need to
remover,
put that
yeah.
in your
Literally,
Quick
you get attacked by a
detailer and
sprinkler in the
water spot
wild.
remover.
Water spot
FSC
remover.
is your friend.
Well,
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
like there's so many of us that I know that maybe keep good care of their car, but maybe they do have some like water spotting that they didn't even know about. Wipe your car
As
down
long as
with
it's
this
relatively
product,
fresh,
it's going to take
FSC
care of
will
that,
get
but
it.
it's also going to make it look great. It's going to shine
Yeah.
it up. It's going to make it look glossy.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
So
And then also, right, winter is coming, right? So what does that mean?
as Jon Snow would say.
Well, yes. So what that means is before it starts getting too cold, you probably should go out and condition your seats, right? If you have
Get
leather,
it ready to go.
get them ready to go before winter comes, because basically if you're looking at a 3-month window, let's just say,
Well, you're going to
hey,
be in your car the most during winter.
during winter
honestly,
time, right? And your car is also going to be going through the most influx. It's going to, how do I say, what's the word I'm using for? It is going to be changing weather inside there the most, right? You're going to be going from hot to cold constantly
Correct.
inside that vehicle.
Correct.
And so that's something you want to kind of consider. So get out there and condition your seats.
And we've got cold and flu season coming up.
That is true.
So
as well.
one of the big things to really get on is get in some of those interior cleaners, because again, you got to remember when we first started with COVID, how many times I still see people wiping down their steering wheels with disinfecting wipes and alcohol, rubbing alcohol on their hands and on the wheel. And you guys, if you have a leather steering wheel, it's not the way to do it. So what we recommend, grab maybe some eaglets, maybe grab some,
It's good use of those.
maybe some of the utility towels.
Yeah.
Keep them in your center console. Clean out that center console tool too. I mean, are you running, what do you got, like 4 years of pay stubs sitting in there? Clean that stuff
Yes.
out. You don't need to have that in there.
I
you
do
know,
have
you don't
4
work
years
at that
of pay
place
stubs
anymore.
Get direct deposit, crazy.
Yeah. You don't need that anymore. So clean out that center console, put in the appropriate things that you need for winter. Gloves, put in some extra towels in there, you know, and what I like to do, maybe grab a little bit of that, get the interior vinyl kit from Color Lock.
Yeah.
This will give you a couple products that you can just have that little foam, that little 250 ml foamer is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can
it
just
really
foam
is.
up, clean that steering wheel up with one of your towels. And
Yeah.
then what I do, a lot of people don't realize this, that cleaner is so safe and pH balanced. You can then wipe down that steering wheel once it's on the towel, wipe down your door panels, wipe down your shift knob, wipe down all your grab controls, and then you can literally take that and just set that on the seat if you want to, or you can set it on the floor on the carpet and let it just dry out.
Yeah.
You're not going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
Go into the day, reuse that towel later.
Yeah.
And if if you're just, all you're doing is making sure you're cleaning the germs and bacteria off those surfaces, but you're doing it in a safe way where you're not damaging the leather on your steering wheel. You're not damaging the leather parts of your vehicle, because what you guys seem to forget, alcohol is not designed to sit on the surface of leather and vinyl for too long.
Yeah.
I did that this year. I accidentally squirted some hand sanitizer onto my hands, got on my center console on the Elantra. Mm-hmm. While I was cleaning my hands, the time it took, I grabbed my towel to wipe it, and it had already burned holes in the colorant
Oh.
on the center console.
And here I was just also going to say don't drink and drive. I mean,
that car's 140,000
solid
miles. 06.
Yeah.
Pristine condition until I destroyed the shift and bezel because of the alcohol that spilled on it from the rubbing alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? From the hand
You
sanitizer.
can't find those type of racing parts anymore
no,
either. So
no,
that's
they're very
unfortunate.
rare vehicles.
Yeah.
They only have about 10 of them across the street.
That's not much.
And that's not many.
Yeah.
You know, the odds of that, very hard to find a good quality version.
I don't blame
so,
you, man. Yeah.
So very frustrating. So make sure you're using interior safe products.
Yeah.
So this way you can still do your hand sanitizer, still clean up, but really focus on making sure that interior is taken care of. And then using something like conditioner or sealant that comes in the
Makes
kit
sense.
to protect that area
Amen.
and make sure that it stays nice. Because again, like Anthony said, some of us are going to be wearing gloves. We're going to hit the steering wheel with grubby hands, all that kind of stuff. We just want to make sure we're still staying healthy and keeping our cars protected, especially in this winter season. Yeah. So check out that Color Lock leather and vinyl kit. It's basically probably the best. If you don't know what you have or what you need, that leather and vinyl kit is perfect.
You're not going to hurt anything.
The other thing, pick up that shoe cleaning kit.
Oh,
Shoe care kit. Let's get.
Dude.
I assume most of you
Not
wear
everybody's
shoes.
going to be wearing their sneaks come winter.
Well,
so-
people start pulling out their boots or their warmer shoes.
You know what I was
get
thinking?
those bad boys cleaned up.
Those
Get them-
shoe
get them
cleaning
looking
kits
sharp.
as Christmas gifts.
Oh,
The best Christmas
Oh,
gift.
man.
Think about that though, right? If there's anybody that remotely likes like having a nice pair of shoes,
You got like
or
a
if you-
nephew who's
or
like
if-
super into.
yeah.
or if you just know somebody that has like a nice pair of gym shoes,
Yeah.
right? And you say,
Yeah.
they're the gym shoe guy. They got like 4 different pairs of gym shoes, right? I guarantee you, if you got them a shoe cleaning kit for Christmas, they'd be like, "Oh my god, this
Yeah.
is awesome!" Like,
And-
I'm pumped.
it comes with waterproofer.
It
Yes.
does.
So you can clean up your
seal 'em.
sneaks.
Yeah.
Then you can waterproof them. You can then wear them in the snow.
You can wear them in the winter. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
No, I'm
Perfect.
down with that.
Perfect setup.
Problem solved.
Yeah.
No.
So those are a couple things. Check out those Color Lock kits. Check out, grab some of the smaller towels, a little more hand-friendly usage. Also, with the time of the season coming, do a little house cleaning. Clean up your house. Make sure your products and stuff are wiped down. Make sure you're doing the things that you need to do. Because again, guys, we're just getting right back into that whole
Yeah.
swing of everybody getting sick again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we just want to make sure everybody's staying
No,
safe.
it's very true. And so, but other than that, in terms of house cleaning, I would just say that there has been a couple people have noted things. Like we're out of a lot of things right
We're
now,
out of a lot of
and we
stuff.
are playing and we're playing some serious catch up because basically. Through our rag company distributors, right? This is a big thing for us where we have to keep a lot of our distributors stocked up with certain things, right? Whether they're local or whether they're worldwide. And we've had a lot of local people here within the U.S. that are distributors of ours, right?
Yep.
Maybe in detailing shops and things like that have been upping their stock on a lot of things, which is fantastic. And we totally think it's awesome. It's just right now we're like, oh no, we need to play catch up right now. So some people made some comments about us being out of pearl weave towels, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's huge because those are our coating towel.
Yeah.
So
And-
what do you do if you don't have a pearl, Levi? What towel are you using? What towel are you using? I know what I'm using.
I'm gonna bump over to a 300.
I am also going to bump up to an edgeless 300.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna switch over to the green edged pearl. We have plenty of the green edged pearls in stock.
Right, okay.
I don't know if we do.
I think we do.
Let me
I
check.
will say though that that either way, jump over to the 300. 300s were always our main coating removal towel. That's the towel that we've always used for that situation because it's a 70-30 blend, but it's a really nice towel and it's a great price point. So 300s are awesome. Now, if you want to do an 80-20 towel, 245s work great for it.
Yeah.
Sold out of the green ones.
Wow.
Boom.
Sorry,
See,
guys.
I'm glad you
So-
checked.
Sorry.
Good thing you checked. So
the 300s.
So 300s are where we want to go. A lot of people then bump up, and you know me, I always talk about the 365s. Anthony, what are you grabbing out of that new air fridge over there?
Hey,
Pepsi
Levi.
throwback.
So thanks for asking here. So I'm actually going to be grabbing myself a Mountain Dew Zero because I
very
need a little
nice.
pick me up for this
I
morning.
like that.
Oh.
I like that.
Can I get you anything?
No,
perhaps?
I'm good. I've got a Pepsi product courtesy of Jackson's right now in this big cup.
Perfect. Yeah. So we love Pepsi products here at the Rag
We
Company,
do. Big
and we
fans.
love drinking everything from Diet Pepsi to Pepsi Max to
Oh, wow.
Mountain Dew Zero.
And occasionally a Bang if you're feeling crazy.
Yeah, we like our
Dane,
Bang products.
Do you need anything from here?
You know what? I've actually got a little something Starbucks something in my cup right now.
Oh,
so
All right. Well, hey, let me know. I'm over here in the Pepsi fridge to get
I
you
appreciate
anything you might
that.
need.
Very nice. Very nice.
I love those cold brews, but
Yeah, cold brews are very nice.
Was that an ad right there?
No,
yeah,
we just
that was
did-
supernatural.
Yeah, sure it was.
Just flowed. You wouldn't even know.
But anyway, so we always talked about like the 300 as our main coating towel. A lot of people then bump up.
Yeah.
You've heard me talk about the 365s. We only have one color of 365s in stock at the moment, which is gold.
Good. It's
So
it's
so
good.
now, guys, we have been selling like it's crazy, absolutely crazy. We do have a ton of stock on its way. Everything is about 2 to 3 weeks out.
So I have a
And
solution for
we have a
people.
ton of stuff coming. So just bear with us if there's
and
something
you
that
want-
you're
you-
wanting.
you-
Your
Is your
solution and my
solution-
solution are probably the same
Ooh.
thing.
What is your solution?
I would ask that if you notice we're out of stock of something, you go look at our distributors page on our website and you find out who may have bought those products from us to sell out of their
very
own
nice.
store, because we want to make sure we support our
Some of our
distributors
friends like
around
Detailed
the
Image,
world.
Detailer's
Detailed
Domain,
Image, Detailer's
Esoteric.
Domain, Esoteric,
Even AutoGeek has some of our
Obsessed
products
Garage
available.
carries our
Obsessed
stuff.
Garage.
Like, they're all around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
take a look
it's
at
a
our
great
distributors
idea.
page. You might find someone
Prince of the
who's
Rag
in
Company right
your
here.
neck
Look
of
at
the
that.
woods who can cover
So
what
that
we can't right
that
now.
is pretty much precisely what I was going to say, because basically, right, they assume just because we're out, no, we don't have any
It
other
doesn't
sellers, and
exist.
we're the only
Yeah.
seller.
Yeah.
Guys, that's not true. So we have plenty of other distributors, and the other thing too, check on Amazon as well, because we
Our
are
Amazon- we are
we are
Amazon.
Amazon, right? And so it's not like there's somebody else running our Amazon account or selling our Rag Company products. That is us on
And
there.
remember, guys,
Yes.
fulfilled
And-
by Amazon means we've shipped a bunch
Product
of cases of
to
towels.
Amazon,
To Amazon.
yeah.
So they're sitting in an Amazon warehouse.
ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
So they may not be in our warehouse here in Boise,
Right.
but they're in an Amazon warehouse near you.
Yeah.
And
So yeah,
you
so
guys
if you
can probably
notice
grab
that
your
one's
towels
out
that
of
way.
stock, check the other, because you just don't know until you try.
Yeah. So for example, right, there is actually still, believe it or not, there is still WoWo's products,
Yeah.
right, that we do not have
Yeah,
at the
here in
Rag
our-
Company that are on Amazon.
Yeah.
Seriously,
And
seriously.
at some of our other distributors that have bought
Seriously.
it. Like
There
they
is-
have product too.
I
So if you're
think-
looking for it, you can find it there.
well,
Yeah.
for the people that are like, where can I find the WoWo's quick detailer, right?
Oh,
I
and-
actually
yeah.
think that there's still some on Amazon. Like, I'm serious. And
Well,
so
and check out like Detailed Image.
check out
Detailer's
Detailed
Domain.
Image, check out these
They
other
had
places.
they had Wowo's
I will tell you
products
right
as well.
now, if you have not used the WoWo's Quick Detailer and you're curious about it,
You owe that to
hunt it
yourself.
down, find it. You owe it to yourself to try it, because that is a great
product. But-
Seriously.
So anyway, so make sure to, we don't want to send you all these other places. We know a lot of people, they want to support the source and they want to come to us, and we totally get that.
Yeah.
But we're telling you from us right
Yeah,
now.
support our distributors.
If you
support
support
our
our
distributors,
distributors, you're
go-
still supporting us, and we really appreciate it.
and go out and do that. And so, and who knows, you might, if you're ordering on the East Coast and you live on the East Coast, you might get your order faster from Detailed Image,
true.
right? You might
Yeah.
get your order faster from AutoGeek. So, just kind of, if you have any questions, let us know. But check out the distributor's product page
I like it.
Yep.
and kind of go from there. But other than that, other housekeeping stuff, we have more videos lined up for this week. If you
Bunch.
haven't already watched, we have the truck video, right, that went live on
Yes.
Saturday of the exterior polishing.
I was
We
experimenting with
watched
a
it
Saturday
3,000
release.
grit sandpaper.
And
Yeah.
I think it actually went pretty well. If people get used to it, I'd like to release those kinds of videos maybe
Yeah.
every few Saturdays. Throw something out there, because I notice a lot of people are watching then.
So did
So
notice
thank
that,
you
right?
to those who watch.
Yeah, and so, but there was another video that released as well. So I want to give a shout out to Pan the organizer, right? Because
yeah.
he released his detailing awards
Yeah.
video, which we thought was super cool, and we always look forward to seeing that.
I don't think I saw a section about towels or
No, we
anything.
no
in it.
towels.
It was all chemicals
No
from
towels,
what I saw.
but you know what? Hey, I just liked watching it anyways.
That's fun.
Seeing what
Well,
products
and
that people were interested
He did
in.
send us an email. He didn't tell us though. He just said, "Congratulations! If you're receiving this email, one of the products that you carry has been selected to be in my new video."
So it was, like,
for
cryptic.
20. Yeah, and he called, like Bob Phillips from PNS called us and was like, "Did you guys get Pan's email? I wonder what products they are." And we were like, "We just need a lot of everything from
Yeah.
PNS, because if Pan's we want to make sure we have stock in case
Yeah.
people buy it." So Pan was very cryptic and didn't let any of us know until he released that video what his 2020 awards were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was that's pretty big for
Yeah.
him, considering we don't know what it was. We don't know what it
No.
what was going to place.
Yeah.
So But yeah, check out Pan's video. It's pretty cool. It's got some great products on there for the best of the best for 2020.
Well, and it seems like, in fairness, he seems to cover a lot of different products that some I haven't even heard of. Like there's some stuff out there
there's
that's
some I've never
new
even
and
heard
different.
of at all.
It's like, okay, guess that's another one to go and test out and just check out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and so I mean that was just one thing we noticed last week, and then we also noticed Larry from Ammo released his garage tour, or not his garage tour,
what
but
a
his
garage
shop
that
tour.
is.
Yeah.
And that was really cool to see that build. That was really cool.
Pretty
And
wild.
we need to probably do that for this building here.
That's
I don't
the
think
funny
anybody's
thing
seen
is-
this building yet.
Not completed. We've been taking footage of this building since it was like completely run down, and we wanted to show like an evolution video that showed just how far it's come.
Yeah.
You guys have seen it in the videos, obviously, like bits and pieces of it, but when we can get like a thorough walkthrough,
I don't think they really grasp what this thing looked like
because
before.
people who come into the building look around and go, I saw a video where I saw part of this, but I didn't know it was
Well,
like
we've got
this
friends
involved.
coming this week, Thursday, Willie's Garage.
Yeah.
Coming up from Utah to come hang out with us. And last time they were here, I remember we took them, we had to slide the wall. So
Right,
that they
yeah.
could walk into that back
'Cause it
corner
didn't
of the,
even-
where our office.
Somebody had been living,
Yeah, it was just a dusty little shack. This was a storage unit, basically. And I remember we walked in and we
You
were
say
like,
dusty.
mind
It
the
was
dust.
so much worse than that.
We were like, mind the dust, because it was 2 inches
Yeah.
thick on the floor, and there was insulation hanging from the ceilings, and
was
we were
haunting.
and we were telling them all the stuff we were going to do out of this building.
And of course,
And
people hear
they're
these
like,
things and they kind of
cool,
nod their heads
cool.
like, yeah.
So it'll be
cool,
fun to take them
sure.
through on Thursday and see
Look what
the.
we've done.
Check this out. Remember that weird room we took you guys in that you were
Yeah.
scared of going in?
Yeah.
Check it out.
And
now.
It's now
I
Dane's
promise,
desk.
it's not to brag. It's just we're really proud and we want to share
Yeah.
it with you guys.
Yeah.
So
That's all.
That's that.
Okay, so I think we've kind of covered pretty much everything going forward. Like I said, look, keep an eye out for some more videos. You have the coding video for the truck, so you'll be able to see the application as C1 and then XO.
Yeah.
And
I
the
think
truck's
that
not done.
No.
The truck's not. What do you mean it's not done?
The truck's not done in its evolutionary stance.
No, and actually,
It's
I think
got
this
a
is
lot
a
of
great
stuff.
segue.
Got a lot of stuff getting ready to really.
I know
so
we talk
for
about our
folks
weekends, but
wondering-
like, let's talk about bigger picture stuff.
Well,
Like,
let's
what's
just talk
going
about
on?
The fact that let's just say this is our SEMA build for 2020.
TRC. Yeah, it's a 2001 Dodge Ram 1500.
A lot of people,
right? 5.2 Magnum.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know about these trucks. They
Yeah.
don't. They're not. They're not.
They're a rare
they're a
truck,
rare
right?
truck.
Some
Yeah.
people might say they're rarer than a Montero.
Yeah. Well,
and I believe so.
if you were in the Rag Company podcast discussion group, on Friday, Anthony took a picture of Ragnarok and the Ram sitting there, ready for the weekend.
Right, yes,
looking
the
hot,
V8s.
Yeah.
looking good, right?
And some people appreciate it. Like Andrew, for example, we love Andrew. He said this looks like regular ass traffic, and we were like, Andrew, that is true.
Yes.
But these are important vehicles to us, and I think he understands.
Anthony's still going through its metamorphosis.
Right.
It's not finished yet. It's not a
I'm
butterfly.
still,
Not a
I'm still
butterfly yet.
caterpillar.
Yeah.
Just,
So, but I noticed.
Kinda chunky,
I
kinda
noticed
slow.
that the great Luke Berge
Oh.
started touting the benefits of the V10 of his excursion over the
Excursion.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, he thought he had two cylinders on.
One thing that what he pled the case, right?
He wrote a whole facts list apparently.
Suburban,
Yeah.
more power,
Uh-huh.
lighter weight.
Yeah.
You know what that translates into?
Get faster.
Sports Suburban.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when I think
Basically-
suburban,
Performance.
I
It's
think
performance
sporty.
edition.
It's a performance machine.
Performance edition carry-all.
Yeah.
Yes, I too can carry up to 9 passengers comfortably, but I can do it while exceeding the speed limit.
And you have a TV screen.
And I have TV screens in there.
Yeah.
One big one.
Yeah. It's
And
amazing.
at stock ride height, you're not scraping the underside of parking garages.
Correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So the more that he pled the case about how his excursion was heavier, had less power, had a smaller engine, but for some reason could tow more, which I thought was very strange, up to 1,000 pounds more.
Well, it's not
Thought
always
that was
about
weird.
the powertrain. It's
know.
about the frame, too. And,
But it's not about how you use it; it's what you do with it. And
Sure.
the Suburban proved itself more power, lighter weight. Sports Suburban. So very excited to see that.
You beat Dane's Volvo in a race.
I beat Dane's Volvo in a race with a full trucklood of people.
Like 7 people in
I had
that.
Noxie sitting shotgun.
So what he's saying is he was
and we
faster because he
blew
had
the
more
doors off of him.
downforce.
Just say Suburban is a secondary high performance machine in my
Boy.
stable. along with my 14 Corolla or Camry Sport.
I will remember
and the Elantra.
to accept a loss the next time I challenge something with almost 500 pound-feet of torque with something that only has about 250.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Lesson learned.
True. So getting back on track,
But
though.
Anthony, back to the Dodge.
Back to the Dodge, right? So I'm just gonna roll in my weekend. I'll start first.
Okay,
if that's
perfect.
cool with
Yeah,
everybody,
Do
right?
it. Bring it.
So
break out these brookies.
do it.
I am
Knock
not
it out.
touching those.
Yes, you are, Dane.
On Dane.
I'm on my diet.
No, Dane, these are keto-friendly brookies.
They're not.
I don't believe that for
Keto-friendly,
a
but
second.
Go for it, Dane.
I was like, that looks like it's
dangerously.
just full of sugar.
They look delicious. So back on track. So Friday night, right? I remember it's pretty chill going. I went to the gym. Like I said, I was trying to get back on track with doing some serious gym stuff, right? Because not currently happy with how I'm sitting. I've noticed with age, right? I'm noticing that with age and weight, my face, I'm losing my jawline, right?
Oh, and if that's not the scariest thing for somebody as vain as you, then
it is scaring me because what happens, Dane, is
I gave up a long time ago.
I see
Grow
myself in
beard.
these videos and I turn and I'm like, my face is getting round,
Oh,
or it gets
no.
completely round, and I'm
it's
like,
becoming a blob.
I'm like, man, I'm like, that's not good. It's got to go, right? And shaving my face doesn't help. So, wanted to get back in the gym. Just go to the gym Friday night. Go and get a good workout in. I was pretty happy or pretty dead there. Saturday, woke up and I wanted to start fixing some things up on the Dodge, right? I'm like, hey, I want to start doing some stuff.
You just can't stop now.
Had to fix the rear door, right? Rear door wouldn't open, right?
Right,
Got
yeah.
that fixed. Got it to where it opens. You just got to get a little bit of a tug, right?
So
Pops
what did it take to get in there to loosen it up because you were having trouble accessing
So
the
here,
latch
so here's
before?
the deal, right? I've been blessed with these things called small hands, right?
Ah, they finally paid off.
And they have finally paid off, right?
Excellent.
So what has happened is all the videos I looked up on how to fix these doors, right? There's this weird mechanism where
One of
there's
the
these
tools
little
listed was a
hooks,
small
right?
hand.
It didn't list that, but it should have.
Needed one baby hand.
So you see all these guys on YouTube with larger hands, right, taking off the entire door panel, right? And they're like, you got to wrangle this. You're going to break all the clips, but it's all good because, when you got a dip in your mouth, it just doesn't matter
Sausage
anymore,
finger
right?
Joe's just trying to get in there.
And so they're getting in there, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's not, the ideal. So what I end up doing is I just literally unzipped out that handle, that side handle, and I just stuck my hand in there, right? I was able to fit it inside there, pull the whole mechanism out, fix the mechanism outside of the door with just my hands.
That's smart.
Put that
Okay.
thing back in, fixed it right away.
Very
Couldn't believe it,
nice.
right?
Good man. All
So
right.
just one of those things that
Came in handy.
one of those things that came in handy. So that's when Katie said, "Okay, hey, after you're done with that, let's go on a walk." Right? I said,
sure
"Cool."
You want to go for a drive in the Ram?
I tried to talk her into it. She declined politely, but went to go take out my dogs for a walk. Smoky Saturday morning ish, right?
It was very smoky.
Bent over to go put my little dog leash on his
Ripped your
collar,
pants.
right? No. Felt a pop in my lower back, right below my
no.
spine. Felt like a weird popping sensation, right?
Yeah.
And then it got really warm, right?
Ooh,
And then I was like, "Oh no! I know what this feeling is because this has happened to me before, right?" Stood up, right? My dog tugs me just a little bit. I felt the pain in my back. Put me on my knees. I'm talking like it. He pulled, and I said, and I fell on the ground. And Katie's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I just threw my back out." And she's like, "Well, you're still gonna go on a walk with us, right?"
Welcome to your 30s.
And I said, "Well, I don't know. I don't know if I should." And she's like, "Anthony," she's like, "I can't just take both dogs by myself." She's like they're a lot to handle. I said, "Okay, I'll walk with you." How long we walking? She's like, "I don't know, like 45 minutes at least."
Oh my God! Just take me home.
You're on the ground moaning.
I went on this walk right after throwing my back out, holding my dog that's tugging me, right?
Yeah, your dogs are
And-
big. Like I
and
said, they're the
They're
size
big
of-
old Goldens.
No, they are big Goldens.
Yeah.
They are.
How
bred
how
with
heavy
Mastiffs.
is
Baylor's like 100 and
Okay.
about 100 pounds
100
and
change.
and then Huck's like probably 85.
Baylor's
Makes
more than
sense.
100. Baylor's got to be pushing.
if I was
150.
eyeballing, I would say
No,
that
no.
I would say
Baylor's
150
maybe
to 125.
No,
He's a
so
big
No, I was
dog.
saying like
at
110.
At his most,
see
he was
110.
at his most he was 110.
He's a big
we got him
dog.
on a diet though. He's down to 100 to 105 right now is where he's
because
at.
my Callie's like 105. So
Yeah.
He's a big dog.
He's a big boy. He's got a big head.
Yeah.
So
Big dumb head.
threw my back out, right? I'm like, oh my God, that's pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
Basically, the rest of the day was me making slow movements, me figuring out the
Your day was shot.
best ways
Yeah.
to still get things done, right, around the house that need to be done, because I still needed to mow the lawn. I still needed to do all this stuff.
Did you get your
My
weightlifting belt out?
My mom was coming over. No, but I do have one.
Brace
My mom
yourself
was
up.
coming over, and she's like, I want to show your grandma the house. She hasn't seen it since you got all the stuff
yeah.
fixed. So I said, oh, my God. So I had to go and I had to edge. I had to do all this stuff. So I'm doing all this with a thrown out back.
Yeah.
And everything's just going a lot slower, right, than normal. And Dane, I like what you do with your hair there.
Just trying to turn it the other way.
Very
Yeah, no, it
nice.
looks-
Sometimes
It's
being straight hair,
Dane's
I
got
was
his
like,
1998 Caesar
Well,
haircut.
he's
Yes.
looking like Stone Hennen right now.
Yeah.
is what he's looking.
Stone Cold.
Stone Hennen has a different haircut than Dane
It's
Hennen.
very, Caesar.
But no, so sorry. So I'm not trying to make this boring at all. But
No,
then,
I'm
then
listening.
Saturday night I did something that I regret. Right.
What did you do? What did you do?
Oh.
So I
So
was
thrown out back.
So thrown out back, right? I'm trying to just stay busy, right? Because as
Sure.
you
I
know,
know how it
last
feels, yeah.
week, right? I've been on the Dodge kick, right?
Yeah.
I mentioned last week I put new headlights on the Dodge.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know if I mentioned on the podcast, but
But
I
you got
did.
new headlights.
Got new headlights,
Blackout
right?
headlights.
Blackout headlights. They look awesome. I did LED bulbs in there. Perfect color temperature. They're like, I want to say they're like that hint of purple LED, but not quite blue. It's like a whitish
Yeah.
purple, right?
So is
It's
it
a-
like around
Doesn't look-
4,800?
No.
5,000?
No, so basically
Okay.
from 6 to 8,000, you're kind of in that bluer color temperature,
Yeah.
right? That kind of like aqua blue.
But I'm thinking if
this
you're into
is more
4
of like
to
a
5
violet
range.
white. It's a very odd. So it's almost like a 9,000. It says 6K
Oh,
on
so-
on them, but it doesn't look like 6K to me, right? And so, but anyway, installed those. Install went okay. Dinged up my plastic on my front bumper at all, but I'm going to address that here in a second, right?
Okay.
So new headlights in, truck's looking pretty good. Just fixed a few more things on it, like I said, the door and everything. But then I made a mistake because in the truck, right, as you guys know, we cleaned out everything, gutted everything. I could still faintly smell the smell of the that old milkshake, right? That
Yeah.
spoiled milk, right? Every
Yeah.
once in a while, it just kind of hits me, and I'm like, where is that coming from?
Underside of the seat. to the
Coming,
back,
so I've traced it from the underside of the seat,
back
right?
seat. Third.
So
second,
what I
yeah.
did,
Jump seat.
I gave it a scrub, right? Sprayed everything down, re-wiped everything with Terminator, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I don't know. I said, you know what? F it. I'm going to go grab the ozone machine, right? I'm going to throw this ozone machine under the seat, right? And I'm going to run this for a while, right?
Yeah. Did you crack the window?
Cracked the window, right? Ran the cord in, cranked that thing on. I don't even know what I cranked it to. It might have been an hour and a half, may have been 2 hours, right? Don't even remember, right? Cranked it, went back inside, was doing whatever.
Forgot about
right?
it.
So went back inside. Since I didn't know how long I had it on for, right? I was like, I'll just check it here in probably a couple hours, right? So go out a couple hours later. I can listen and
Yeah,
hear
you
that
hear
it's
it
off,
running.
right? So I say, okay, it's off, right? So open up the doors, kind of let it air out for a couple minutes. I start kind of fiddling with some more things. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm like, man, I could really use a kombucha right now, right? I'm like, I think I'm going to go drive to the gas station, right? Here's the deal. You don't want to get in a car, right?
No,
That you have
no.
had an ozone machine
No,
running.
you usually want to let
For-
it air out for about
like,
an hour.
About an hour, correct.
the windows
right?
And you
down,
just got in
So
right
with the
away.
windows down or the doors open.
So
Oh my
listen,
God.
so it had been about by the time I got into the truck, it had only been about 20 minutes, right? But this is where I messed up, right? Because when
How did it feel?
Well, listen, so when I sat in the truck, I'm like, a little bit of the ozone smell, not bad, right? Roll down the window. What I didn't realize is a lot of that ozone was trapped underneath the rear seat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I start driving down the road. I get on one of the main roads, and I start to feel a little odd, right?
gassed yourself.
And so I start to feel kind of like, wow, this is really strong.
There's no oxygen.
And I said,
Why is the sky green?
and that's when I said, this is really strong. And I kept driving, right? I'm almost to the gas station, and I said, oh my God, this is unbearable, right? So I pull over, I get out, I walk to the gas station. I go and look. They say, "Oh, you need your mask, right?" Go figure, man. My mask was in the back seat with the ozone machine.
Oh,
right?
so that thing was just loaded.
I grab the mask. I walk up to the doors. I go to put this thing on, and it was like, I was like, oh my god! Right? I'm like, this is not good. So I yank it down. And I'm like walking in there trying to like look like I'm covering my mouth. Grab my kombucha, and I'm like, this is not worth it, right? But I'm like, I'm not going to get this thing.
I need my booch.
So I get back in the truck. I'm driving back home, and like I said,
window open.
I had every window. I cracked open everything, right? And I'm like, and it's a 30-second drive for the gas station to my house. That's how long I was in the car. It's not long.
You know what the big problem with your truck is? It doesn't have an opening back window.
If
it had that, it would have helped a lot.
But what was happening is all that ozone was circulating. That was trapped underneath that rear seat was just flying through the entire truck, and even though, they say don't ever get into a truck with the ozone machine on or get into an area with the ozone machine on, absolutely don't do that at all, right? But if it's almost just as bad if you don't let it air out, because I'm driving home, I'm like, man, I'm feeling pretty strange right now. Like this just breathing.
Well, it's oxygen deficiency.
Yeah,
is what you were dealing with, because the ozone replaces all the oxygen in the vehicle. So you got in, and the only oxygen that was coming in was from the windows.
Correct.
And you didn't have enough time, because the goal is to air it out. Ozone is a lot more denser than oxygen.
So it was kind of like you're just sitting at the summit of a really tall mountain peak.
Correct. But
you feel shortness of breath.
It couldn't escape fast enough. Is what it was.
Well, you got to remember that oxygen, when you breathe in, the main reason you yawn is to get oxygen to your brain. Mm-hmm. That's why you yawn. Yeah. Not only because of tiredness,
yawned as you were saying.
But I know. Yeah. But it's a memory. It's a muscle memory to oxygenate your brain.
Yeah.
So yawning to breathe that in, and in this case, you're getting ozone, which is very dense.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be stuck sitting at the bottom of the.
It would,
and
absolutely.
when it comes up,
your chest feels
it's a much
weird.
heavier gas than oxygen.
Yes, and so let's just say that I learned a very valuable lesson. Right, 20 minutes. Not enough, right? Absolutely waiting an hour, no matter what. And also just because the vehicle may smell okay, right? Yeah. Because of the density of that, and because once you start getting airflow, you don't know what you're going to get until you're already on the road, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it was hitting pretty hard. And by the time I got home, I got out of the truck, and I could definitely feel a little bit of lightheadedness. And I'm like, okay, breathe, just breathe good air. I'm fine. And I look at that damn ozone machine. I'm like, I'm about to toss you in the trash. And I said, no, don't do that. It's not his fault. It's your fault. It wasn't worth it. You should have waited longer. So
Ace Ventura.
Learned a good lesson, right? And the reason why I'm explaining this, right, is because I've ran the ozone machine for 30 minutes before, right? I've let the truck air out for 10, 20 minutes. Truck was fine, felt fine, everything was good, right? But because I ran this for so long and had no idea how long I ran it for, bare minimum of an hour. You probably want to let that air out.
And we used to, at the shop, we would do an ozone treatment, and I'd try and tell my guys, and the worst part was when there'd be a car with ozone on, and we'd have to deliver it, because they're like, the dealership would call, and they go, hey, we got the customers waiting here to look at that car. Is it done? And we had it because we're trying to get rid of the smell. So we've got the ozone machine running, and there are times where I've had to literally unplug it, open it up. We open up, roll all the windows down, open up all the doors, grab some glass cleaner and a towel, because one thing it does is it causes all the plastics and everything to off gas, so you get a fog on your glass again. And then we would grab our compressed air, and try and blow out the car as much as we could before I'd have to throw one of my employees in it and go, all right, take it up. Make sure you clean all the way there, and crack the windows, but clean everything when you get up there, but keep the windows down for the whole drive up.
Yikes.
And we'd put the fan on the floor and try and just clear out as much of that. But my guys always came back, and they were a little wiped out from it. And it was like, it's cool, take a bit,
I was going to say, if you're someone who's
take your time coming back
to ozone machines, and you're just getting into it, maybe doing it for a customer the first few times, just solid advice. Don't let somebody drive away in a car you haven't allowed to gas out first.
Really take the time.
Yeah. But anyway, Learn that. It was a good lesson. I like that. I like that it happened to me. And I like that I actually felt an effect of it because then I know that's not BS. Yeah. That's like the real thing.
And you'll never do it to someone else. So
because I've opened a car door while we had the ozone machine running, so I could turn on the fan before, right? And you could feel that immediately. But I didn't. It's a very short, quick effect, right?
Yeah.
This was like you're in it and you're feeling it for a longer period of time.
You can't
right?
get out,
and you can't get out of it. So, but. Anyways, then Sunday, pretty chill day. Watched The Boys season 2, catching up from that. Man, that show is savage and it is good. I really like watching that show. And then I've also was searching for some more parts, right? Some more RAM parts and things like that.
Some upgrades.
And one of the other things I did is because darkness is coming, right? Because winter is coming, and we're going to be having darkness from 6 p.m., 5 p.m. all the way to 7 p.m. 7 a.m. in the morning, right? I figured, why not upgrade the LEDs on my Civic, my LED interior lights?
Yeah,
so I got an LED interior light kit. Holy crap, it's bright.
Yeah.
I
have a few of the LED lights in the Suburban as well as in the Elantra. It's a mix and match, but it is amazing.
It's always great when you get into someone's car and you're like, hold on.
Yeah, when you see one side, like the footwell is an LED, and it's like, whoa, I can see everything, and the other one's an old incandescent.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, that's
they're bright.
And
I loved it. I couldn't believe how bright it was. I said, wow, this is amazing. I've been missing out on this entire time. So that was one thing I did. And then Sunday night, I was doing some searching, right? End up finding a 4th Gen Ram bumper, right?
Very nice.
What you gonna do with that?
For Craigslist, $60.
Nice.
It was a 2017 takeoff. The guy took it off in 2017. He's been sitting ever since. Brand new, right?
Nice.
Wow.
Hasn't been touched. So $60. Bought that. Bought the conversion brackets.
Nice.
So my 2nd gen is going to be in that 4th gen Ram facelift, right?
Nice.
So
it looks going to look really good.
It's
beefy.
It's all chrome.
It is. It's heavy.
Hey.
Yeah.
So
like
Papa Chrome's gonna have another polishing job. I'm gonna
I was
hire
gonna say,
him for.
if you need somebody to handle it, I know a guy.
Yeah. So Dane will be taking care of that there, and then hopefully, right? Hopefully, we'll see. I'll have the new bumper. I have new headlights. I'll have a new 3rd brake light, LED brake light coming in here pretty soon as well. And the thing that's really going to set that truck off the most...
It's hitting the windows.
I was going to say a set of wheels.
I was going to say a set of wheels.
Funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
I talked to our buddy Scott
What?
at Koenig yesterday, actually.
You did?
Yeah, we had a great conversation, just kind of
Wow.
catching up, talking about, asking him how his kids and family were doing, and his wife. He asked me how my kids and family and my wife were doing.
Wow.
And just
Big
talking about
conversation,
the struggles as fathers and as providers of our families, and how just trying to keep everybody happy and keep them afloat and help our wives not from
Keep the wheels turning.
And then one of the things that he said was, been watching those videos of Anthony's truck.
No way.
And I said, you have? And he said, well, I've been trying to watch them.
Yeah.
Trying to
been
watch.
busy.
What's the
I
struggle?
get parts of it.
Time.
He goes, however, as I'm a big fan of the podcast, as I'm a big fan of the live Q&A, I tune in.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you guys talking about how you needed to get some Mambas on there.
Oh, wow.
And I said, we were talking about that. That'd be pretty cool. And he goes, let Anthony know whatever Mambas he needs for that truck to let me know.
Are you
and we'll get him on there.
So you're telling me.
So it looks like we're going to...
Sounds like a plan.
Well, like I said, it's our SEMA 2020 build.
It is.
So,
it is.
we got to get ready, even though SEMA's canceled. We got to get our build done.
I can't believe this.
So pretty great. So thanks to our good friend Scott Weiss at Koenig Wheels, Mamba, Asante, that whole family of brands.
Advanti.
Dasani.
Asante is different company.
Advanti Wheels, like Dane has.
Advanti Racing.
Point is, want to say thank you.
Yes.
For allowing us to complete some of these projects that we have.
Yeah.
And I think the Ram is really gonna set it off nice. Now you have that 4th gen bumper, some nice wheels. The question now, Dane, and now the question is, put that money up for them tires.
Ooh.
See, the program that's the thing. You might get the wheels on there, but you're footing the bill for the tires. And you know what? How do you like your tires?
I love those Maxxis Razor MTs.
You want to see something like that on
I had to pay for those out of my pocket.
That's how that works. Yeah.
And they were not cheap.
No, I don't.
But
I'm sure they
I'm
work.
just saying they are probably the nicest tires I've ever owned.
They're good.
But I
looking
love the
tires.
idea of the test this will be, because in the case of the Suburban, you win in knowing the Burb is your truck, man. You love it. You want to keep it. All
That's
that.
right.
With the Ram, Anthony started very tentative with the Ram, but as time has gone on,
fallen in love
it's
with it.
turned more and more into
Well, he had a
another
Ram
Civic
shirt.
situation.
He's got a Ram shirt.
He's got a Ram shirt now.
that he wears.
Well, yeah. But
It starts as a joke,
should've
but you
wore
know
it
what? He's
today.
becoming more and more serious about it with each passing
guys,
day.
you know,
I think
I love my gasser. I love my 5.2 gasser.
he
It's
could
great,
very
you know.
well be Ram guy here.
It was,
very
it was
shortly.
actually made in Mexico, believe
Yeah,
it or
yeah,
not,
pretty great.
right? So that's
Pretty
how you
great.
know it's good.
Yeah, good
So
quality.
basically, yes, I'm liking the truck life, right? I actually feel bad because like every time I take the truck over the Civic to go run a quick errand, I feel like the Civic's like, dude.
But that's what the
like,
truck's for.
Like, what are you doing, man?
I'm
And
just loving that you're driving something besides the Civic for.
I will admit though, but the
little
more I
while.
modify the Civic, right, the more uncomfortable that car becomes, right? Especially when you have a bad lower back, right? Because I just did those control arms and then that subframe brace,
Yeah.
rear tie bar. So the rear of my Civic looks like something out of Transformers. Like
now we're just
you
back
see
to the
this-
Fig Newton
it's like-
Talladega Nights reference.
It's like this big brace on the back, right? And while man, it looks badass. That Civic has become so stiff in the rear that every bump I hit, I'm like, oh my god.
with your back,
I'm
yeah.
like, my back, I can't do this. And so I get in the truck and I'm like, I'm sorry, I love you, but like I need to wait till I'm healed and recovered and youthful again before I can drive you. So that's what's been going on.
Yeah.
So, Dane,
understandable.
tell us about your weekend.
Well, you know, there's not a lot to tell. I went for some walks because I'm just trying to get a little more in
You went
shape.
for some
that sort of
walks?
thing.
Activity?
I will say,
You
as
say
I
walk or walk?
walks. So as I went
Okay.
out for walks, I realized I probably shouldn't be out walking in this kind of air. It was kind of bad. Like a lot of the Oregon fire stuff is smoke's made its way over here.
Well, all of the
Boise?
all the smoke fires have.
Yeah,
come
I
to
mean
our
California
place.
we've had for weeks
We've
now,
got
but
Oregon, California,
in
there's some
the
in
case
Montana.
of Boise, yes, it's been bad, but if you're in some of the higher areas, like you go at the bench, something like that, where you're in Meridian, McCall, wherever, like it's gotten really thick in some of those places over the last week. It seems so today, but there were a few points where you couldn't see more than, I don't know, like 100 feet
Sunday
or something
got
like
bad.
that. Yeah, Sunday was terrible.
Sunday was horrible.
Yeah.
It messes with you.
So we're getting pretty used to waking up with a very red sun in the sky, and yeah, just kind of fun feature. But yeah, no, I went out for some walks and realized, yeah, I don't want to put my dog through that. She's still very, puppy-like, but she is getting older, and I don't want to put her through like bad air and stuff, and she's breathing a little heavier and stuff. So I'm trying to treat her better. But
nice of her.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, she's a sweet girl. But yeah. So that was kind of my Saturday. I wasn't doing a lot, but I recently got into
How far did you guys walk?
around the neighborhood,
Oh, okay.
and then down to a park and then
Oh,
back.
nice.
Have you ever
So,
walked to
kinda
Express
looping
Cafe?
around.
Is it in walking distance?
Technically, I could walk there in probably like half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. So it's not too bad. But yeah, no, I broke my diet and I did go get Express this weekend. That's what you do. And because Liz
a
asked
cheat
for
day,
it, and I
right?
said, you know what? You're absolutely right. Got myself a cinnamon roll French toast combo.
What does
yeah.
Liz get?
She loves her French toast combo. Scrambled eggs, side of sausage links, 4 strips of bacon. You know
Have
the
you
deal.
had their chorizo there?
I haven't had the chorizo there in a long time, but when I did have it, it was really good. My thing there is usually chicken fried steak, but obviously I need less of that right
Well,
now.
I don't know why you're always about the chicken fried steak because basically
just
you're
fried
getting
meat.
Well, you're Dane.
Yep.
Dane, you're never.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Damn.
Fried meat.
It's just Dane's breakfast is so different than what I would consider a breakfast normally.
Right.
So he doesn't need savory and sweet, right?
Right.
He can either go one way or the other. And so
Right.
when he goes savory for breakfast, I'm thinking, are you a serial killer because you don't have one sweet
yeah,
thing on
yeah.
that?
So
I'm all
here's
about the sweet
here's
for
here's
breakfast.
what
I
I
gotta
do.
have
So
that.
this is my traditional Express Cafe order. Getting a little inside baseball for the folks listening who remotely care about this.
Listen up, folks.
G. Davis,
So-
pull out your pen and paper.
When I roll up to that drive-through window to order, because when I was a single man, I used to go inside, sit at the bar, hang out there. But now that
Pick up the ladies.
I'm at a couple, she's expecting me to bring something home. So I go through the drive-through and I wait my turn. It takes about 10, 15 minutes, but boy, it's worth it every time. So I roll up. I ask for my chicken fried steak combo. I get eggs over hard. That's the move.
over-
So
it's
over hard
yolk-
is just like
yolk
fried
fat.
egg. Yeah,
okay.
solid. So it's not like super runny or anything. Make sure you get 4 strips of bacon. I get country potatoes with ketchup and fry sauce.
Do those have onion in them?
No. They're just seasoned. They're like seasoned
potato
potato chunks. Yeah. So really good that way. Otherwise, if I sub that out, I get cheesy hash browns. So
Also good.
that's also
Very
a really
nice.
good
Very
move.
nice.
They make an awesome set there.
Yeah.
And so I lay that on there. I get an English muffin every time with it because English muffins are my jam. But I don't put jam on them. I put butter on them.
Also savory. It's literally everything you're saying here.
And here's the part where you may have missed it. Anytime I can get one, I always order a donut there. And that's the thing is I always order a donut from there because they make amazing cake donuts. But the side effect of them making amazing cake donuts and it being kind of like a local, like, hole in the wall, but very well known to the people who know it, they don't always have donuts because some people will come in and like buy all of them, clean them out. So if you get there at the wrong time of day or the wrong day, you might miss out.
Yeah.
So I always ask, and I'm always like, I hope it's not too much trouble, but do you have any donuts? And they know it's me. Like, they're always excited. They're like, Dane! Like, they can tell through the drive-thru that it's me. It cracks me up. I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is a good or a bad time. But no, I will just say.
It's been coming for 10 years every Saturday.
I have been coming there for years, like 9 years now. And the people there, the people there love me. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. They love me there, and they're always excited to see me. And it's just, it's a nice feeling to go somewhere. It's like Cheers almost. They're just like, everybody knows your name. They're excited to see you. Even when they have new people, apparently the older folks who've been there longer tell the new people about me. So when they come by, they know me.
He drives a Jag.
Wow. So, I actually usually show up there in the Tacoma just because it's like, go-getter kind of thing.
It's easier to get in the
driving the Jag through a drive-through. I try and avoid doing that as much as possible, but it happens sometimes. Plus, the problem with their drive-through window is it's on a door, like a man door that opens up. So that door could open up, and one time it hit my Miata because somebody wasn't looking and my car was so low. They just opened it up and it bonked into fortunately, just my mirror, so nothing actually got hit on the car, but I was like, oh crap, and it was somebody new, and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry, and they were so freaked out, and I was like, don't worry about it, man, this is my junker car. But anyway, you got it.
Sense.
So, yeah,
so
that's the deal.
They're like, that's that guy in that Tacoma.
Yeah.
He used to come in a red wagon. Before that, he
That's
had
true.
a sport track. And
If there's
Miata.
one thing they notice,
know
it's
every
that I
car that
have
you've ever
a
owned.
diverse stable of vehicles that have come through there.
I'm
But
sure.
they know me. So, any rate, that's the point. Throwing that out there. Now, what I did do this weekend, beyond that, I'll throw this out there to anybody. I have been binging the show The Expanse, and it is amazing. For sci-fi kind of stuff, anybody who's into sci-fi type shows, I'm blown away by how much realism they tack into it in terms of the way, like, things interact in zero-G environments and stuff.
Is it like a Stargate SG-1?
See, the weird thing is, like, I was never into, like, Star Trek or Stargate or any of those other kinds of things. Like, I enjoyed Star Wars as a kid and stuff, and, like, Star Trek is its own thing. I get people are really into that. But something about The Expanse just really appeals to me, because as a kid, I read, like, Ender's Game and, like, books like that.
Like,
I was into
is
sci-fi.
Is it like Sphere?
Like, more hard sci-fi. I mean, at times, it's like Event Horizon at times.
Oh,
but
wow.
then
That's
there's some other stuff.
terrifying.
At times,
Horizon is
it
a
can be.
terrifying show.
But it's got, like, a really
Still haunts
cool,
my memories.
interesting mix of, like, politics and
horrible nightmare.
just, like, really cool, just the dynamics of physics involved and stuff. It's the most attention to realism without beating you over the head with it. Like, things just happen. Like, when a fire burns in space, it's different in a zero-G environment than, or somebody cries, like, in a
there's
zero-G
a lot of
environment, the
ghosts?
tears, like, pull up
So
around their
there's a
eye
lot
rather than, like,
So is
floating
there a lot
out.
of ghosts in this?
Without spoiling
I don't
anything, there's
trust
not
with ghosts in
exactly
space.
ghosts, but
So
there is
everybody's
some weird
aware.
stuff that goes on. All I can say is that it is absolutely a show worth watching that caught me by surprise. I just saw some recommendations online. I'm like, I really like sci-fi. I haven't watched anything quite like that in a while. Let me give it a try. It has now become one of my absolute top favorite shows I've ever watched. Like, that's how
nice.
good it is. Yeah. But, whatever my opinion counts for, I can't say. It just popped up on Amazon one day, and I was like, oh, let me check this out. So I highly recommend that.
Very nice.
And another side note, Dan Digna, friend of the show, wrote out to me and mentioned that he had been watching your Dodge Ram videos and said his dad was in a situation where he's got like a 2500 or something that
Wow.
I think it's a second gen too, that he really likes taking care of, but he was kind of getting his dad on board with like rag company stuff.
Yeah.
And this was like a really good kind of entry pathway to
very
show him
nice.
like
Look at that.
Anthony caring for the truck.
Gateway
drug.
So I just wanted to let you know that like people are watching and they're taking note of your second gen.
Nice.
Panda.
So speaking of that, right? Just to not go off track, but I've been trying to kind of warm up, right? I've been trying to kind of excite the second gen Dodge Ram enthusiast group on Facebook, right? I kind of got to get them started. I got to fluff them up a little bit, right?
Yeah, you got to post some pictures. I did the same thing with the 3/4 ton 8.1 liter Suburban group.
So my first post in that group was, hey guys, I got this truck, you know, it's pretty beat up, you know, this is what's wrong with it. They said, oh, I'd maybe check these things out, got it fixed, right? Second post is, hey, so, you know, I've been cleaning things up, polished some paint. People are like, oh, that's amazing, right? I haven't posted any of the TRC videos, right? But the last picture I posted was the white room photo out here where I took a photo of the truck, and they all go, oh my God, that's amazing. They say, where is this place that you shot this? The truck looks perfect, right? And I'm like, oh, you have no idea. I'm like, wait, I'm just kind of building up slowly but surely.
I did that when I posted a picture of the Suburban before it was wrapped in my studio.
I have to win them over, and that's where I'm like, what's really going to set these guys off, right? I post the interior video, I post the exterior video, right? When I post that solution finish video and show them that you can actually restore that trim instead of spray painting it or keep taking a heat gun to it, that's going to be it.
Yeah, it looks so much better. Now, I will say, holding off a little while in the solution finish video because I want to make sure we actually have like kits available because obviously people who watch are going to be like, I want to do the thing, and if we don't have it to offer, that kind of
a specific kit. I use specific things, and I say, hey guys, I'm using this, and then you guys are going to be like, oh, it's available. You know, the video's out, and hey, I need those pieces.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so
I don't have
for
them.
those of you who are like in the know, you will have to wait a while, but for other people, it'll be a pleasant surprise that both will work out for them. So we're just holding out for that, and then once we got that, boom, you got it.
Yeah.
Send it on
But
out.
I will say, for those who are already fans of Solution Finish, this does everything that you hope it will and more. And you didn't just tackle the bumpers. You got the door handles. You also got the cowl. All that stuff made a big difference. That lower valence looked like garbage when you first got it. It was just really tired-looking plastic.
Tell us what you really think, Dane.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not going to hold back.
No,
so let's just say it looked a little too fusion gray despite being originally black. So you went in there and you got that thing, and it looks amazing. And then what does he do? He's replacing the whole bumper now.
Dude,
it looks good.
I'm going to have this big old aggressive chrome bumper that is way too big for that truck. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to hang down like a whole foot lower than everything else on the truck.
I'm going to need to put a leveling kit on that because that bumper weighs so much, it's going to pull that whole front end down.
So what you're saying is your truck will have a reverse Cali squad.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's raked.
Yes.
It's raked. So I need
It's a drag truck.
So what I need Luke Berge to come out here and help me install a leveling kit on this thing, right? Because I feel like
he'll come do it.
Because I think that anything involving truck stuff, I think even getting into the gasser realm of things, I think he'll still be open to it. But I'll say
you, Next Day Nate, Luke Berge.
I say, Luke, come bust a few nuts with me, right? We'll get my torque gun out. We're gonna get these all taken off. You know, we'll get some rust gone and to get Next Day Nate in on this, and I think he would love that.
Oh yeah,
I think that's his idea of a good time. Yeah,
I think it's a great idea.
Next to basically maintaining a chicken coop and everything else. So
He's
we
guy.
love you, Luke. All right, so
What
Levi,
about you, Levi?
you went out and did something adventurous.
Yeah, what went on?
Oh well, so Friday left work a little bit early. Tried to get out of here at 4:00. Left here at 4:15. Hauled butt home. Packed the Suburban. Got it ready to go. Already had the trailer packed. Grabbed the kids. Grabbed the wife. Grabbed the dog, and we all headed up to Creekside Campground again.
Wow,
Wonderful.
no way.
So here's the deal.
Was it?
Here's the deal,
Do you
boys.
own it? Do you own that place yet?
Just
Might as
about,
well.
right? Here's the deal. 25 minutes
Okay.
from my door to the campsite.
That is pretty
No
awesome.
way.
25 minutes.
Not possible.
And you feel
Possible.
like you're
And
completely
you're going
Here's
up
the deal.
way
You're
away
going
from
Here's
up
the
through
way.
Gowan? Where
I
you going?
I go west for 25 minutes.
Okay.
I get here.
Yeah.
That's how long it takes me to get to work.
Okay.
I go 25 minutes east. I'm in the mountains.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
With
the
no
benefit,
cell service,
That's the benefit
right?
of living in East Boise, right?
Beauty of
A
being
lot
in East Boise.
I mean, that's why
So,
East Boise is considered an
Here's
elite
my
group
route.
The
of-
beast,
right?
as you call
Pull
it.
out onto Boise
people.
Avenue.
Yeah.
Take a left. Go east on Boise Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Take it all the way down to Eckert.
Yeah.
Take a left. Pass over the bridge at Barber Park.
All right.
See all the people getting in, cruise over down. We stop at the ranch market right there on the corner of
I know
Warm Springs.
exactly what you're
And-
talking about.
and,
yeah, the good old
and
ranch
Barber.
market. Good place.
Right? We stop right there, pull in. I went and grabbed some quarters, got us some fountain drinks because, again, big fans of Pepsi products.
Yeah,
so they sell
that
Pepsi branded
they are.
cups there.
Wow.
So got a couple of fountains
how you
for the
know it's
wife
good.
and I. Grabbed the kids some diet drinks, some chips, some snacks. Hopped back in, made sure everything was attached, checked, looked good. Popped out onto Warm Springs. Warm Springs all the way because Warm Springs turns into 21. Just up to the right-hand side, there we are. Right there on the right-hand side of the campground.
That quick.
Very
So,
simple.
You know what I'm forgetting about, right? So, guys, the way this is laid out, for everybody that doesn't live in East Boise, right?
Which is a lot of people
to
listening
get
to
this
this right
campground, we have to take the freeway, right? We have to get on the
Yeah.
freeway. We have to take one of the exits,
Yeah.
right? But
You'd have to take the
I'm-
Gowan Road exit and
What-
He and I
Cross
live
Big
like
Bridge.
in
5-10 minutes from each other.
And what I'm forgetting, right, is that Levi is already there, right?
Yeah.
So basically, there's this place. It's near it's called Columbia Village, right? And there's this weird other backside to Columbia
Surprise
Village
Valley.
called Surprise Valley, right? And if
Surprise!
you
and that's next to Harris Ranch.
and if you cut through Surprise Valley, that would also put you out on the road to getting to this campground.
Yeah,
It's-
beautiful roads. But anyway, it's Highway 21. If you guys want to do a little research, you can check out Highway 21 in Idaho.
It's a little Google Earth, Google Maps
Really cool
action.
little. It's part of the Loman Loop that the boys always talk about.
Great
that
drive.
they like to do on their when you ride your motorcycle. Dane
Love the
drives his
Loman
Jag.
Loop, yeah.
It's 21 to Loman, and then Loman, the Banks Loman loop, the link to Banks, which is Highway 55 and back.
There's a lot of elevation and directional changes when you're on the
Yeah,
road.
and
Makes
it
fun.
runs alongside a creek.
Yeah.
So anyway, went up, spent 2 nights up there at the campsite. It was really nice. Friday night, Carly and I got to see the stars because there wasn't any smoke up there, which was really nice. Hung out and just spent some time up there, and then however, it got very cold. We booked
Finally.
the site along the creek bed.
Oh man!
So we had the breeze from the water and the wind coming off of that. So
Okay.
it got pretty chilly, we'll say. But I put some rocks in our fire pit to kind of get hold a little more heat in.
Sure.
Just had a good night. Saturday was smoky. Smoke came in. Took the kids up to Idaho City, and this time instead of going wandering the graveyard, we went and wandered actual Idaho City. So we parked and just made the loop around the city. Walking with the kids, found an old-timey, used to be a blacksmith that's is now a toy store.
Yeah.
But it's all the panel board. Like you're walking on the raw boards and stuff.
Yeah,
It was really fun to go in. The kids had a blast. As soon as we walk out of there, there's horse parking. And there's about 8 horses saddled and sitting there. So the kids were like, oh my gosh, horses. Like they were freaking out.
Because
Then
we
went
still
up-
do that there.
Then we
It's
headed
cool.
up to the Boco Sluice Box,
Ooh.
which is a junk store, which is like an antique junk store.
It's
Like,
an antique
junk.
store for weirdos, and I like that.
Yeah, look up
Yeah.
Sluice Box, Boco Sluice Box.
Like
Idaho
Yield
City.
Curiosity Shop, but
oh,
less
it's-
corporatized.
Yeah, no, it is not corporatized.
It's
It is
some real weird
Dane, it
stuff.
is a
yeah.
person's gatherings is what it is.
It's
And
it's a hoarder's backyard.
so then check that store out, then walked up 1 block and then back down and got to see they've got a pest house. They've got
I'm sorry, a what?
It's called a pest house for pestilence.
Okay.
So it's where people who were sick would go.
Oh,
It's
okay.
mostly a shanty.
The outbuilding for
Yeah.
sad broken people.
Yeah. So if you were dying of
Yikes.
smallpox,
Lepers.
yeah, you
Yikes.
had leprosy or smallpox, they'd put you in there. They also used it as a jail for a while. And then they had it's cool because it was the town was founded in 1860.
Yep.
And
That was a great year.
it grew to
You know what happened, right?
So it grew to 6,000. It grew to 6,000 was the population, and it was larger at that time than anything in the Pacific Northwest. And it was a mining town, so it was bigger than Portland, bigger than Seattle in 1860. And it was because
My
of the
how
gold,
times change.
Yeah.
right? So, and it became the county seat for the state. And then when statehood became enacted, then they moved the capital to. It was the main capital for the Idaho Territory, and then it got moved to Boise.
Sure.
So Idaho City's got some really kind of quirky, wild history
Yeah.
because of that. So, and last year, 5 years ago, a good portion of the city burned.
Yeah.
Just fire broke out and took out a lot of the old buildings. So what's left is they're really trying to preserve it. So it's fun, but the kids got to watch. They were laughing. They were, we took the dog and then stopped at the Sarsaparilla's and got some ice cream, and they were very excited about that. So it was good because my kids were more into, we're going exploring because there's ice cream afterwards.
Okay.
Where a couple weeks ago they were like, this is boring. We want to go back to the campground. This is dumb. Why are we here? So this time they kind of knew what to expect. Also this time, because we're going back to the same spot, they knew what they were going to do. Like they had planned out. This is what I'm going to do when we get there. I'm going to ride my scooter. I'm going to take, they packed their scooters with them. They, there was a lot more, like they had an idea of stuff they wanted to do. So all in all, this camping trip was great. We did a lot of good, had some fun. The only thing I wish I would have done was gotten the furnace running. That furnace hasn't been kicked on in maybe 5 years. And me trying to get it to go, I think the lines are kind of clogged. So that's something. I'm going to put the trailer away for winter, and I'll work on that. Next year, hopefully we'll get it going. But
you're not going to get any more runs out of that thing?
I don't think so. I've got a lot of details scheduled for the next month.
We've only got like a week or two more before the fall weather really sets in.
It would be beautiful, but it was already cold, and where we were, it stayed cold for. I mean, it didn't warm up.
Whatever the temperature was, it'll be half that.
I might borrow the old.
Just know the furnace isn't working. So
it's all right. I got other ways to keep myself warm at night.
So. But there are some things that
this is Wendy's.
But there's some stuff that the Suburban needs, right? It needs a couple towing upgrades, to be a proper tow pick, right?
Okay.
Needs a trailer brake added to it.
Smart.
Right? Needs now this little trailer it doesn't need, but let's say I want to bump it up. Maybe next year I want to go with the hard side. Maybe give me a 24-footer, give me a real camp trailer. Well, I'm going to need to do some stuff. The Suburban's going to need some general maintenance.
A couple of our previous Suburbans had tow brakes, but I guess that one didn't.
This one doesn't, but your dad towed a boat with it.
Yeah, pretty routinely. And it's got a tow mode on the stock there, too, for changing the
It does,
revs.
but it doesn't work.
Oh.
So, again, Suburban needs some upgrades.
Sure.
I need to have it gone through. I need to get that gauge cluster sorted, because it might just be an issue.
It's just,
but I need to go through the Suburban. I need another, at least a year to get some of the stuff done on it so that I can get it ready to make that next leap, so to speak.
Next leap in performance,
right?
And
right,
and obviously to get it
and
up
towing
to this,
capability,
to we're on the same level, because basically what we have is two V8 monsters, right? And we have V6. Truck.
Excuse me, I have a
V8
V8 supercharged monster. It just can't tow any truck.
Dane, that is not a truck. We're talking about trucks here.
You know what it hauls?
Ass.
Yes.
So, but yeah, no. All in all,
thank you.
Pretty
for
easy
my
little
awful joke.
Pretty easy little weekend. Nice to just get up and get out of town. This week I got to go pick up my buddy's Corvette.
Yeah.
Ripping the PPF. It's a new Stingray. Taking the PPF off. He found it on Craigslist, of all places, in Washington. It was a 2018
C7.
white.
Okay, so one of the last C7s.
No, it's a new Stingray. Or last C7. Yeah. So it's that body style.
I was going to say,
C7,
because
not
new
C8.
ones are also Stingrays.
So C7. Yeah. 3,000 miles on it.
How much
that's
you pay for
basically
it?
a new car.
27,000 for it.
No
Whoa,
way.
hold up. I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Base model, right?
It's I don't know. I've got to find out. I'll take pictures. It's pretty dope.
And
He
it's in
jumped on
decent
it.
condition?
Oh, it's in perfect. Old man owned
I
it.
was struggling to find a C6 Z06 that was less than 30 grand.
No, well,
forever.
This is just a C7, but
a C7, the
but
power.
it's a Stingray is all it is. It's white, and he's going to do some stuff to it. But he jumped on it because he was like, I can't believe that price.
No, that's
So-
an
That's
insane price.
nuts.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to those C7 Stingrays, right? I think that even though the base model is beautiful, I can't have a girl knowing that there's a girl with wider hips, right, out there. That's just right there, right? It's just the next level, right? I have to have that.
You need a Grand Sport or a
Yeah,
Z06.
he needs a Grand
I need
Sport
a
or
Grand
Z06.
Sport or a Z06, right?
Yeah.
The Grand Sport's going to be, honestly, they're pretty close in price to the Z06, so most people just jump to the Z06. But like my friend Jason, for example, with the Blue Evo, he is currently in the search for a C7 Z06.
Like the major enthusiasts, like when they're looking at C7s, for example, they all say actually the Grand Sport is like the best platform for it because you get the actual like physical driving characteristics of a Z06 without so much power that it becomes unusable on the street. With the Grand Sport, you get like a nice balance.
Yeah.
So it's actually, they say it makes a better autocross car and stuff like that if you get the Grand Sport.
I'm sure.
But in the Z06, if you just want to make a ton of noise and be stupid fast and like tear out of every corner, yeah, that's going to be the car because that is.
So my buddy
power.
Wayne always builds up his stuff. So he gets things.
Yeah, okay.
He soups them up. He does some pretty crazy stuff.
The aftermarket's
so
huge.
He's looking at like tearing the motor apart.
Probably a big old single turbo on that
doing
thing,
some stuff
just
to it.
making it
That's
a rock.
his thing.
There's so many options.
Yeah, that's his thing. And this is one of those things he's been looking at for a long time.
For that price, he left himself a ton of room to be able to do anything.
Well, I was
he
laughing
wanted
with him
to.
because he wanted to put PPF on the front clip. And he was like, that's a price of new heads and cams and some other stuff I could do.
27,000, right? So you get into a Grand Sport for 47,000 with the same miles, right? Let's just say, right? 47,000, right? He got that for 27,000. That's $20,000 to put into a motor, right? That will absolutely demolish
those
a
LT
Grand
motors,
Sport.
the newest ones and the C7s, well, the newer ones, those are great engines for all that stuff. So
he loves this one.
He's got a lot of potential tucked
And he's
away
very
in that
excited
thing.
to do it. So
You can move the top on it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the
Man,
target.
that's how you can fit more girls in it.
Yeah. So
my.
so I'll have that tonight. I go pick that up tonight. I'll have it over the weekend or the week.
Enjoy.
I gotta remove the nose PPF because it started to kind of yellow. He wants to get rid of that.
Should take Carly
I'm
out
gonna
for
clean it up.
around the block.
Yeah, I don't think she'll like that.
Okay.
But I'll get it cleaned up and take it back to him. Then I got a buddy of mine just picked up an X5 diesel BMW, and so I'm going to do that this weekend. Work on that for him, and then I got an uncle that wants to bring a car. I've got an old customer, Steve Thiessen, who wants his car done. So I'm booked out till like second week of October right now.
Guy, man.
And I've got a neighbor who stopped by the other day and said, anytime you got time, just come pick it up.
Well, and that Camaro that just came
an
in
exterior,
yesterday, you worked out something with him where.
Well, I gave him my card. We'll see if
he
he wants me to do his Malibu. So,
okay.
Yeah, so that's why I look at my weekends and I go, I'm booking in the middle of October now before I can go camping again with the kids, and so that's kind of the thing. As I look at, I'm like, it's gonna get cold quick.
So together time in the MOS HQ might be the better alternative.
Right. Yeah.
For the time being.
Well, and also just to winter's coming. It's nice to gather the funds, make hay while the sun shines, so to speak. Harvest is coming, so I got to harvest my details. So.
Harvest them.
But.
Well, I think we're at like the hour 10 mark now.
Yeah,
so
we
we've
are.
actually been carrying on. This has been a great conversation, though. I think we've covered a lot of bases. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on before we go here? Maybe there's something new around the corner, something.
No, we don't have anything new. Like we launched a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little bit. Just note that we do have more additions to the Koch Chemi line that are going to be
yes, because I know I saw comments where people are like, but you don't have this product. It's like that's
they
part
are
of
coming
the
down the
rollout.
line. You guys got to remember this stuff has been in Germany, and what was available in the U.S. wasn't everything in the first place.
Correct.
So Koch is working really hard to make sure that all their technical stuff is approved to even get into the U.S. as well as Koch North America in getting that stuff imported here. So as that stuff arrives on the shore, it comes to us and we'll be able to launch it and utilize it. But again, some of the stuff Anthony and I haven't even gotten to use to test yet on some of the new stuff. So we need to make sure we get some testing before we sign off to sell it to you guys. So so yes, thank you for all of you that have been putting in your responses and things and saying like, hey, did you try this? Have you tried that yet? We're working on that. We're going to get that stuff out. And you'll notice that Koch has released on Facebook, they've been putting a lot of stuff out there for folks, that they're, in business and doing stuff and they're here in the U.S. So we're just really excited to be a part of that. As to everything else, like I said, Color Lock, that product line, second to none. Guys.
No, seriously. You have leather.
And the fact that we have
should look at
kits
Color Lock.
perfectly built for everything. Hop on, buy those things. If you've got friends, family that you want to take care, especially get your Christmas shopping done early.
Yeah.
Get on those kits. They're
and they go
perfect.
so far beyond just a car interior. Like
you can use it
your
on
couch
everything.
at your
you
house.
can use it on couches.
Clothes,
like we've got that
whatever.
beautiful leather couch outside there. We're going to be using Color Lock products to
A
keep
Louis
that looking
Vuitton
nice.
bag, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe your wife or girlfriend or family parent has a very nice, expensive handbag habit.
Yeah.
They're spending money that you didn't know that you had
Yikes.
on bags. You want to make sure that you keep those investments
Yes.
cared for properly. You know, you
Yikes.
don't want to damage them. So
No.
utilizing the nice Color Lock products.
Yeah.
So again, Color Lock, G-Technic, Coach Kemi, all that stuff is out. It's available now. Pick it up today. Go to the website, grab some stuff, and we're very excited.
All right.
All right, Dane. Plug what you're always going to plug.
All
You're
right.
gonna do it
So
anyways.
obviously,
Put
I will
on
get
this,
to talking about some other channels we carry,
Kovach
but
mask that we got
there
from
there
Lars.
is some other stuff I wanted to address first here, which was last week we talked about introducing new segments. And I threw it out there as like an idea. And I was seeing some good feedback. There's different things asking for like, love and relationship advice, which seems like a terrible idea. I don't think we should do that at all.
I want Dane to do that.
Oh, no.
I want Dane to tell that.
But I was kind of feeling like doing like an Andy Rooney type segment, something like that, where it's just like
Dane explains.
I was going to call it like Dane's overinvestment corner, which is like, you get those money advice shows, but in my case, it would just be like, I'm way too passionate about something
Let me
nobody
tell you
cares
about how I bought a Ford Sport Track.
And
Let's
then-
follow the numbers.
threw all the money away. Yeah, so no, there's some
tell you
fun
what I ended
stuff.
up with.
I thought about that. You guys develop that idea for me. Help me out. What should I do with that? I'm very curious, but that's the angle I'm looking
Okay,
for.
I like it.
So like a 5 to 10 minute thing, and then I want to give you guys obviously equal footing. So we want to make sure
I
that
want to
there's
talk
something
about
for you guys
how to
to do.
replace light bulbs in your house.
I mean, you can only do that so many times before literally everybody
I
leaves
want to
and
talk
decides
about,
they never
I
want to
talk
watch
about
again.
traveling bag solution package.
You know what? For as niche as that was, I feel like there was
People
some
loved it,
genuinely solid, thoughtful content buried in there, and I enjoyed.
People were like, "Oh my
the hell
gosh, it's
out
so
of that.
boring." But then they actually started. They were like, "Oh, that's a really good point."
Because
That's a
okay,
really good
So
point.
here's what I'm kind of hoping we can tap into. Obviously, if you watch us, you probably found us via detailing videos or something online. So maybe that's your interest. You're into detailing. But
Maybe you like
we
Pepsi
hope
products.
We can, maybe you like Pepsi products, like a Pepsi enthusiast. But we want to capture that
Maybe you're a Jag
enthusiasm
enthusiast.
and see how many different ways we can kind of morph that. Because I'm huge into cars. I assume many of you are too if you're into detailing. But not everybody who's into detailing necessarily cares about cars. It's just a convenient outlet for them, and they're really just passionate about cleaning things.
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of ways people show their passion. So what I'm asking you to do this week is in the Rag Company podcast discussion group, tell us what you're passionate about, like something interesting, not detailing. What else are you passionate
Anthony's
about?
a kombucha.
I want to know, like,
Expert.
what's a thing that you seem to know more about than all your friends and family?
I love
like,
ice cream.
What
You love
sticks
kombucha.
out?
I
And
am a big kombucha guy.
it could be anything. So throw it at us, guys. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say, but say it in the discussion group and maybe start the discussion down here in the comments as well
Slim
on
Jim
this
or
video.
Meat stick enthusiast.
Should I could talk about fitness.
Oh.
Fitness food in my mouth.
Oh, there it is.
that.
Okay, so that's all I wanted to throw out there. I really just want to encourage people. Let's pick that up. Let's see where it takes us. And obviously, these guys still need suggestions on things they could talk about. So if they haven't settled on something, maybe give them some
I'm going to
friendly
talk about
advice.
Pepsi products
Okay.
and detailing cars. On the
I need
weekends.
Okay.
I
What I'm good
need
at.
advice. Throw me topics that you want to hear me talk about. Let me know.
Anthony seems to have advice on everything in a very amusing way, and it's very enjoyable. So you could probably ask him about anything. But anyway, guys, go do that. We really appreciate it, and it helps make the show better, and in turn, we can offer you that.
True.
So what I want to say before we wrap up is, you thought you escaped without the FAQ channel. Guys, go check out the Rag Company FAQ channel, and don't just check it out. Watch some of the videos. Maybe we answer some of your questions in a wonderfully short, concise, to the point way. And that's the whole point. And if you have something you want to ask that you can't ask on the Q&A, you want to see a whole video about it, throw it in the comments on any one of the FAQ videos, and we'll do our best to try and adapt that into a future
Within
video.
reason.
Yeah,
Within
obviously
reason.
there's things that may not quite work in a video format, but guys, we'll try. And before you leave that page, make sure you click that red subscribe button. If it's red, it means you haven't subscribed yet. Click it, and that will solve that. Now, anything else? I'll leave it to you guys. So without further ado, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you later.
See ya.